What up boys, welcome back to another Classic TBC video. I know it's a bold title, but before you slap me with the instant dislike, hear me out. I've already made a video about TBC Classic coming soon based on the beta cycle and beta length of Classic, but there's recently been some new data mined information resurfacing, and I want to talk about it and voice my opinions because we might be moving fast into TBC. So before we talk about everything else, let's talk about what's been data mined. So basically what's happened is the Classic PTR has been updated with what looks like the interface support for transferring and/or copying characters from Classic servers to TBC servers or Classic Era servers. Basically the whole decision of whether to stay in Classic Era or progress into TBC, which was, as stated at BlizzCon, set to launch on patch day. Now here's where the technical analysis, or I guess the data mining, comes into play. There's actually a string attached called Burning Crusade Transition Default Clone Date, with the date May 18th, 2021. Now once again it was stated that on patch day you will have to choose whether or not each of your characters continue into TBC, or move to a server that will stay on the Classic Era. This could obviously mean the Pre-Patch, because that's when Blood Elves and Draenei are introduced, and we will most likely also get access to dual crafting. And I really do think that is what it means. And I really do think it means the pre-patch, but Marlemins also stated in this tweet that this date might not mean anything at all, and might just be a placeholder. But mark it down, I do think we'll see a pre-patch either before or during May. Personally, I hope we see it earlier, but it also makes sense if they give us pre-patch in May, then delay the actual TBC launch for August. But I'll also give a couple of reasons why I don't think they'll do that, which we'll talk about now. First off, Naxxramas lasted 6 months back in actual vanilla, and right now we have had Naxxramas for about 3 months, I think, 3.5. So if they delay the launch of TBC until May, we pretty much had 6 months of Naxxramas, which I think is enough Naxxramas for now. A lot of raiding guilds have quit and/or are taking breaks until TBC comes out, at least non-hardcore ones and even some hardcore ones. Next up, I'd like to quickly mention that I've heard several rumors about TBC Beta starting next week. I'm uploading this video on a Friday, so pretty much in the next 3 to 10 days, there will be a TBC Beta according to those rumors. I will, however, say that I have no idea where these rumors came from. I've just seen them in multiple Discords and Twitch chats, and I wanted to mention it briefly here as well. So if that beta starts next week, I highly doubt they will delay the launch until August. While we're talking about rumors, I will also add quickly that Asmongold is returning to streaming, which might of course be completely random and make no sense to add in this video, but it did pull a ton of viewers for Classic WoW and for WoW in general, so if Blizzard was to have a closed beta, it would make sense for them to contact him to stream it, for free publicity, just like they did with Classic WoW, and let's face it, that's what betas are these days anyway, free publicity. So Asmongold returning to streaming might also hint towards a TBC beta, but we won't know until we actually know. If we do end up getting a TBC beta next week, keep in mind that the Classic WoW beta lasted for 3 months, so there's absolutely no way the TBC beta will last for more than that. If anything, it will be shorter. There's way less mechanics to test, there's less zones in the game itself, and just in general the game needs less work, as they've literally said they have the game files ready that they are working from and making tweaks, while for Classic they literally had to redevelop assets. This means that if we do end up getting TBC beta next week, I would expect the TBC launch to be about 2 months away, as I would expect a 2-month beta period for free hype around the game itself, as well as enough time to polish the game and work out the tweaks and bugs, as well as the chance to have some open stress tests as well. The fact that this mechanic for copying and transferring your characters to Classic Era servers and TBC Progression servers is already on the Classic PTR is extremely positive in my opinion, and it really made me even more optimistic about an early TBC launch, and I'm expecting now, probably more than ever, to see a TBC release before summer. Based on all of this happening, TBC Beta Rumours Classic WoW PTR's update, bringing us closer to the TBC Pre-Patch, big name streamers coming back from breaks, and the May 18th string, I would say something is definitely happening very soon, and we have a couple of exciting months ahead of us, with both TBC Beta, Pre-Patch, and the actual TBC release as well. That being said, I will bring up one counter argument for this entire thing, because I know that if I don't, someone in the comments will, and that is the fact that Blizzard has never released any major titles in the summer. There's basically never been any titles releasing in between February and July, and even Classic WoW released in August, so there is a slight chance that Blizzard will do what they can to delay Classic TBC until that time as well, because apparently that is the golden time period to release games according to their schedule. So what do I think will happen? Well, here's my wild guess based on the arguments I brought up in this video, as well as my previous video I made about the internal TBC testing. I'm expecting a TBC beta in the next 1 to 2 weeks. I'm not sure if I 100% believe the rumors, but I did originally predict a TBC beta by the end of March, so if I give them 1 to 2 weeks, then at that point will still be valid, and that is a prediction I made months ago. I then think we'll get the TBC Prepatch roughly 2 weeks after the TBC beta, and I think we'll get the TBC release date between 4 and 6 weeks after the Prepatch. To make that even simpler, TBC beta by the end of March, TBC Prepatch mid-April, and TBC release late May or early June. Screw the golden release schedule, give us TBC before summer so we have something to play during lockdown. That being said, if we go by the string that this entire video was based on, then the TBC Prepatch would be on May 18th, and the original TBC Prepatch lasted for 1 month and 4 days I believe, which would give us a release date of around the 20th of June, which is still in the summer, so no matter how they spin this, I just don't see TBC Classic releasing at any other time other than before or during summer. For those of you who want to read the post on Wowhead about the data mined information, I will also leave a link to the Wowhead post in the description, so you can go and read it for yourself. And if you want to go ahead and play around with this update yourself, it's up on the PTR right now, but there's not really much you can do, there's not much going on with it, it's just the interface, so it's quite literally exactly what I'm showing you on the screen. But it's there. Now before I let you go, I also want to ask you guys, when do you think TBC Classic will come out? And why? Do you think it will come out during summer, before summer, or after the summer? I am really interested in hearing your opinions and your comments on this, so do let me know in the comments down below, and I will do my best to reply to every single one. And remember, if you want more TBC content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, as I upload TBC content frequently. And yeah, that's pretty much it guys, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you again very soon.